You know her as the sharp, witty, and unapologetically bold commentator on Fox News, but there's so much more to Kat Timpf than what you see on screen. Behind the camera, her life is filled with surprising twists, inspiring moments, and a few jaw-dropping facts that will make you see her in a whole new light. What's the real story behind her rise to fame? How did she overcome challenges to become one of the most recognizable faces in media? And what are the little-known details about her personal life that even her biggest fans might not know? Stick around because today, we're breaking down 7 shocking facts about Kat Timpf that will leave you speechless. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Kat Timpf wasn't always the confident, outspoken personality we know today. Growing up, she struggled with a rare condition called alopecia, which causes hair loss. Imagine being a teenager and dealing with something so personal and visible. But instead of letting it hold her back, Kat turned it into a source of strength. She's been open about how it taught her to embrace her uniqueness and not care about what others think. How many people can say they've turned their biggest challenge into their greatest asset? That's just the beginning of what makes Katty so inspiring. Now, let's talk about her career. Kat didn't just stumble into the spotlight, she earned it. After graduating from Hillsdale College with a degree in English, she started her career in journalism, working her way up from local news to national television. But here's the kicker. She didn't stop there. Kat is also a stand-up comedian. Yes, you heard that right. She's performed at comedy clubs across the country, blending her sharp wit with her fearless commentary. How many news personalities can say they've made people laugh while breaking down the day's biggest stories? It's this unique combination of humor and intelligence that's made her stand out in a crowded field. But wait, there's more. Kat Timpf isn't just a talented journalist and comedian. She's also a published author. Her book, You Can't. Joke About That tackles some of the most controversial topics of our time, from cancel culture to free speech. What's fascinating is how she uses her own experiences to shed light on these issues, making complex ideas easy to understand. And here's something you might not know. Writing the book was a deeply personal project for her. She said that it allowed her to process her own struggles and share lessons she's learned along the way. How many people can say they've turned their pain into something so powerful? Now, let's get into something that might really surprise you. Kat Timpf is a huge advocate for fitness and healthy living. She's often shared her love for running and even completed a marathon. But here's the twist. She's also been open about her struggles with anxiety and how exercise has helped her manage it. In a world where people often hide their vulnerabilities, Kat's honesty is refreshing. It's a reminder that even the most confident people have their battles, and it's okay to talk about them. What do you think about her approach to mental health? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Speaking of honesty, let's talk about Kat's love life. She's been pretty private about her relationships, but there's one thing she's made clear. She values her independence. In interviews, she's talked about how she's not afraid to be single and how she's focused on building a life she loves. It's a message that resonates with so many people, especially women who are tired of the pressure to settle down. But here's the thing. Kat's not against love. She's just waiting for the right person who respects her independence and shares her values. Isn't that a refreshing perspective in today's world? Now let's get into something that might shock you. Kat Timpf is a libertarian, and she's not afraid to speak her mind about politics. But here's what's interesting. She doesn't fit neatly into any political box. She's been critical of both the left and the right, calling out hypocrisy. Wherever she sees it, it's this fearless approach that's earned her respect from people across the political spectrum. But it's also made her a target for criticism. How does she handle the backlash? With humor and grace, of course. She said that she doesn't take herself too seriously, and that's what keeps her grounded. Finally, let's talk about something that might leave you speechless. Despite her success, Kat Timpf remains incredibly down to earth. She's often shared stories about her humble beginnings and how she's never forgotten where she came from, whether she's cracking jokes on stage or debating serious issues. On TV, she always stays true to herself, and that's what makes her so relatable. In a world full of people trying to be someone they're not, Kat's authenticity is a breath of fresh air.